Hey, welcome back to Oxygen Not Included, the Panopticon. This should be part 9. So this should be coming out on Tuesday, July 16th, and there's a new DLC coming out on the 18th, the Frosty Planet DLC. I definitely want the DLC. I will maybe start a new playthrough, possibly in parallel to this or in place of this. I haven't fully decided. Kind of maybe depends on mod compatibility. I'd like to keep my mods, but you know, the mods I use aren't critical. They're just some UI enhancements, quality of life, like blueprints and stuff that gives you the area around objects that have them. Like, I don't have a pump. There's a pump. So like that, what my UI give me. So, you know, they're not critical, but they are nice to have. I would prefer to keep them if I could, but we'll see. Really. None of these guys have 3 traits, so I'm going to go to water. Because we are, well, I was going to say all the way short of water, but we're clearly not short of water right at this moment. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's high enough. Okay, so there's no research being done because we need a new research machine. And the research machine requires radiation to function, so we can manufacture radiation because we have some uranium directly above our base. But that kind of sucks. I don't want to do it that way. And the other thing that we were trying to do is get our polluted water dumping ground set up. What's our power like here? Oh, you're fine. Ugh. There we go. So to kind of carry on with what we were doing, we need to do that. I built this guy here just because this stuff is just randomly all over the place, and it would just be inconvenient to try and physically mine. I'd have to build like 17 random ladders, and that would just be frustrating. But this will wrap up soon. We can deconstruct, and then it won't be on our power grid anymore. Boop, boop, boop. Now, the next step of research requires radiation, and there's a couple of different ways to do that. Like, you get a number of tools, and now this is unique to the Spaced Out DLC. This is not part of the base game. So you can use a radiation lamp, which requires very little power, but it constantly broadcasts radiation, which means it's a major concern for our dupes. And you can fire it left or you can fire it right. And that will... I've never used one, but I'm pretty confident it'll fry our dupes. You can have a manual rad bolt generator, which will convert uranium into rad bolts. It's really slow. It takes forever. It works, but it also eats up a dupe, right? There's going to be someone working on that for a long time. And third one, finally, is a rad bolt generator, which has, as you can see there, has a 480 watt power consumption, which is ginormous. On the upside, my dupes have nothing to do. On the upside, if you can find a decent radiation source, so what you would do here is you would hook up a radiation lamp and put some rad bolt generators in front of it, and that way it would power them up, right? So you've got the 60 watts plus these guys. If you do 2 of those, that's 960. 2 of those, and the Radbolt amp is 1020 watts of power. So already you are over what your basic cables can do, right? Your basic power wires. So if you're doing a radiation lamp, you either have it on a separate circuit to the generators, which is probably the best way, or you're using refined wire to put them both on there. And if you're doing that, you might as well put, you know, a total of 4 Radbolt generators on there, because those 4 plus that will work mathematically. That'll come to 1980 watts. That's fine. That's just a massive power draw. And you're not going to use the Radbolts that fast. Radbolts are little, like, balls of energy, teardrops of energy that will fly through the air, and they diminish over distance. And they won't pass through walls. So this means that when you build your radiation production into your Radbolt production, you want the distance from your Radbolt generator to its target, which would be, let's click the right thing, Brian. This guy. So your target is here, is this circle here on the left. You can't rotate this building, which means you don't. Which means that if you, well, whatever. If you build a Radbolt generator on this side, it's got a much longer distance to go than if you build one here. It's got a very short distance to go. Also, your dupe is going to work here in the middle. So if you're firing Radbolts from the right, they're going to thunk into the dupe and hurt them and put radiation, nuclear waste, on the ground, which is highly radioactive, which is going to hurt your dupes. So, don't build your Radbolt generators on the right of your material study terminal and fire them directly from right to left. It's all bad. Even if I have my guys on the left here, what I actually do is I fire them up, and I've got a couple of reflectors that'll go ping, ping, ping down, right? So that way, because at some point, your dupes are going to walk in between, no matter how small a space you build here, your dupes are going to walk in between the Radbolt generator and its target when it fires. At some point in time, it's just on a long enough timeline, it's inevitable. They pull this kind of nonsense all the time. They don't know any better. So, I intend to minimize it by firing it up straight away. Pretty sure they can probably still screw that up by getting in the way. I'm sure that if one walks on a Radbolt generator right as it forms a Radbolt, a dupe will probably trigger it. I haven't seen it happen, but assume Murphy's Law is on steroids when playing Oxygen Not Included. If it can go wrong, it will. And for these little dupes, in spades. So, I mentioned several episodes ago, I was shocked to see, oh, I take it back, here's the cold biome. I was like, oh my god, there's no cold biome, what the hell? Because this guy, right here, the Wheezewort, look at the radiation coming off of this. Oh my god, it's amazing. Even if we look at our uranium ore, right, 133 rads, okay, right here, right beside it, 133 rads, barely safe. 468 rads per second right here. 380%. Look at that thing. Screw uranium. Wheezeworts are the champion of radiation production. So, what I'm going to do, and it may take some time, is I will plant one of those in a pot, like right here. And beside that potted plant, I'm gonna stick 2 Radbolt generators. So now I have free, effectively, I mean it's gonna cost some phosphorite to keep the plant alive, but free Radbolt generation, radiation generation, right? So I don't need a radiation lamp. At high intensity, but not high enough to kill my dupes. Which will then give me Radbolts that I need for, science. I either have to do a whole lot of refined metal to get the higher level cables, or I need to put the Radbolt generators on a separate circuit to everything else. And I'm probably going to put them on a separate circuit, just so I put 2 of them together. Just, like, theoretically it's easier, but looking at this kind of spaghetti junction, it's maybe not easier. I'm not sure. I'll figure it out. I mean, we'll figure it out together. You'll see what I'm doing. Alright, but step 1 is getting this waste wart. Now, I did say at the start I was going to try to keep this on high speed, but sometimes there's a lot of explaining that needs doing. Especially when I have dupes that are doing nothing. I want to pause it just so I can work through it. Alright. Now I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put another one of these here. Let's get you out of the way. Alright, folks, back to work. Because I want as little of this chlorine into the main area of my colony as possible. I feel like somebody thinks that this is unreachable. It's a diagonal. It shouldn't be unreachable. How much copper do we have? Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, we got 4 tons, so I really don't want to waste. Because remember, right now my refining is very inefficient, so I'm losing half of the copper ore that I try to turn into copper. And conductive wire, I'm going to use like 25 at a pop. Oh, you figured it out. Good job. Now, if we can kind of get on that, that would be great. Excellent, okay. No, not you. You. As a rule, you should try to just put everything on auto harvest. Because once your dupes get access to it, they'll just harvest it. And that way there's no risk of you forgetting later on. Like when you finally give yourself access to it. It's just a handy approach. What you've done as well. Excellent. Why am I getting that weird fold over effect? Doesn't matter. I like doing these little squares as step downs. Alright, that's that. So, if I put my planter here, like if we look at the radiation on this, right, this is barely safe, right? One square away is barely safe. 2 squares away, slight hazard. It's hard to judge at 3 because there's ice and eye, but really, we don't want to do standing for a long time closer than 3 squares. Let's put that on real quick, just to double check. I think the standing point for this is in the middle, but I'm not 100% off the top of my head. So we're going to do some research just to double check. Okay. So my dupe stands on the left. So 1, 2, 3. So if we put our plant here, they should be okay. Right, here's our planter box. So we're going to put it there. So they're in the 4th space. It should be okay. And we're going to put a rad bolt generator here. A rad bolt generator here. Actually, I'm going to cancel both of these. I'm going to put a rad bolt generator here and a rad bolt generator here. Why? Because. Now, I'm going to want the rad bolts from this to shoot across, right? I believe they'll go past light bulbs. Doesn't need to go past light bulbs. Put them there. Then station. How much power do you use? Use 120. You're quite low power, ironically. Okay, I think for this one we're going to risk shooting from left or right. Are we? So this guy. So I like how you've got like 8 degrees of freedom here. So we're going to aim it to the right, and you're gonna. You know what? You're going to lose more if you hit a dupe, so I'm going to leave it there. How's our... Okay, we're not. We are working. Slowly. Real slow. Someone working on this? Technically, yes. Okay. Let's just leave it be. We scored this right at the end. Oh, it's not right at the end. Here's our guy. Secondary benefit. It'll help cool the room. Now, the other thing you may notice here is you can do research on things that you don't have all the machines for. You just can't do that third type of research. So that means if you have extra dupes lying around, yeah, go get a head start on your other research. It's not much of a head start because this part is fast, like the low level stuff, the basic research and the supercomputer research. That's really fast to do. It's the higher end stuff takes longer. And once I've given my dupes all this kind of skills that I want, I tend to give them improved carrying, because look at the carry capacity. Strength gives them some extra carry weight as well, but that 400 kilos. Let's grab a dupe real quick. So strength. Well, okay, that was a bad choice. Here we are. Strength, you see here, gives 40 kilos carrying strength. So not 400 kilo carry weight. It's like an extra 10 strength. So that first step in the supplying is like, here, have plus 12 strength. It's massive. Supplying, ranching, and cooking. I have lots of ranchers though. I have lots of cookers. wouldn't mind someone whose focus is supply though. Okay, and we are running out of food. Major way, we're down to 6,000 calories. I was not paying attention to that. A thimbleweed seed? Where the hell did we get a thimbleweed seed from? I was expecting to hit them from down here. Okay, so this AoE is kind of a lie. We're not getting that bottom one. Unless the thing is immersed. That's frustrating. Very frustrating. So previously what I used to do is I used to dig like, so I would do this. So I dig 2 and I would build it down into it. Like so. But because of the UI thing, I assumed that I didn't need to do that anymore. But the UI thing actually... Is that a lie? Do I want to call it? I don't really want to call it a lie, but it certainly misrepresents how it works. Because if you also have to have it immersed, then that thing down doesn't matter. It's like, yeah, it goes one down, provided, you know, it goes down to here, provided there's water here. Well, then I don't care about that bit anymore. Because I now need the pump to be in the lowest part. Which kind of, I guess, means rebuilding this. See, 1,000 hours into the game, still learning. There's so much in this. How are we doing here, buddy? Getting there. How are we doing on our Leesworth quest? We're getting there, except that we done fucked up. Abyssmite? Yeah, it takes me to leave the Abyssmite alone. Don't waste our time fighting with that. Oh, I picked up the new guy, didn't I? And I didn't give him his skills. Oh, that was silly. Construction. All the research is done. I don't have anyone with medicine yet, so let's make that you. And we're gonna finish it off. Did I? Oh, there you are. You're right at the start. Ashkari, is it? Yep. Now, Ashkari, I don't, because of my default priorities, I don't really have to give them anything else. Right, this is the thing I want them to be good at. But that said, they did also have ranching, and I think they also have cooking. They did. Food is back in a more healthy situation. There's only 5 things left to dig. There we go, we got our wheat wort. So I may not. Oh, it got registered right away. Excellent. There it is. Producing no radiation right now. And I'm producing lots of delicious and deadly radiation. So 142, barely safe. You're grand. Bear in mind, they get rid of radiation by pooping and taking showers. Swap that on me. Where is your... Here's our radiation exposure. I can't remember how many rats they poop out precisely, but it's a fair bit. So this power cable here is doing too much. Oh, but unfortunately that's finished anyway. This one will be done soon as well. And we have cleverly blocked off our copper. There's a bunch more coal. We make that a 9, get it done. Oh, the way they scream when they fall. Hey, buddy, you're the one who decided to stand on that spot while you excavated it. Nobody made you do that but you. So if you babysit those, you can get them done pretty quick. Otherwise, you'll do one, they'll run off. You'll have to wait an age for them to go someplace else. You'll select the next one. If you select them as a bunch, they'll do it from the ladder, which means they'll delete the first one, and then the rest will just be left hanging there. I don't know how that can be changed coding-wise in-game. I don't know that it should be changed. I think it's kind of funny that your dupes are just kind of ridiculous in what they do. And I'm kind of okay with that, to be honest. Oh right, yeah, no, it's not moving. No one is flushing the toilets because there are no toilets to flush. Oh yeah. See, this is the danger we want to avoid. We want to avoid having 3 or 4 toilets full all at once, right, that need to be cleaned, because then you get a backlog of people needing this toilet, people start peeing on the floor, people start getting upset, and then they start vomiting, and then there's vomit on, it's a disaster. Okay, I think we're good enough for all of that right now. So let's finish this piping. No, just dump it for now. Standard 1960s approach to anything. We're gonna make sure we hook these up the right way. White is in, green is out. Is this one reachable? It is not unreachable. They're just not reaching it. Thank you. Yes, our pump is working. Excellent. Well, suit wearing is speed. You know what? I'm just gonna take the curative tablets because I can. I don't really care for curative tablets. I mean, we've got people farming skills. We should probably do some farming, eh? Oh. Oops. Well, okay. Somebody else has a skill point to spend? Oh. Up here. Okay, so the pipes are being built. Even though it's slow, we can risk taking out, say, 2 of these toilets. And we can definitely take out the wash basins. The wash basins aren't a risk. Now we can afford, like, actual lavatories. And sinks are under medicine, just to be annoying. I understand the thinking there, I still hate it. Like, just, it's still plumbing. Like, oh, meteor showers. It's still plumbing, leave it in the plumbing section. Just annoying. It's just annoying having those in separate sections. Colony achievement. What achievement have we got now? Oh, they look better, right? It's because someone took one of those pills. So most of the illnesses now in the full game, I don't even pay attention to illnesses. That's it. I've never interacted with zombies before, so I don't know what they're like. I've just avoided them. So food poisoning, slime lung, allergies, I don't even pay attention to them. They have such a minor impact on the game that I don't care. Curative tablets will cure those pretty much immediately, so they're not a bad idea to use, to have on hand. One of the reasons I'm so blasé about those illnesses is back in beta, so this is like a quintillion years ago, slime lung was terminal. One of your dupes got slime lung, and it's pause the game, put the colony on red alert, and get that dupe into a med bay and cross your fingers, because they were gonna die. Slime lung now? They cough a bit, they've got a lowered lung capacity, but they're fine. I'm not saying it was better the old way, I'm just saying I feel the correction was a bit of an overcorrection. Maybe zombie spores are more. Maybe, I don't know. In all my time playing, I've just been like, I see the phrase zombie spores and I get paranoid. Okay, I'm immediately like, uh-oh, nope, not even gonna risk that. Maybe I'll try it out in this playthrough. What do we get? Royal flush? Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I don't want that. I want a shower. So because these are faster, I'm happy to get by on 4. But I built this room as tall as I did because I wanted to fit in a shower, and a shower is 1 square higher. Why do I want a shower? Well, a shower makes them happy. When they shower, they get happier. It's also got good decor. Let's see, what's a lav do? Right, lavs have negative decor, showers have positive decor. Oh, do I not have room for a decor station in there? Oh no, am I 1 square too small? But this will also get rid of any eye irritations they have. See, look there, there's a +3 morale bonus right there. It gets rid of eye irritations, which they get by walking into chlorine, for example. And also, if they get sopping wet, if they get soaked, they can go take a shower and they won't be wet anymore. So showers are great. Makes your dupes happy. You are 60. Oh yeah, there is room for 1 more. Yeah, no, I definitely want a decor object in there. Why did I build it like that? That's silly. Was there something undiggable beside a way I could start? I'm not going back to my first video to check. That's inconvenient. But there must have been something way back at the start that meant I had to build it the way I built it. Oh, because now I gotta build pipes. This is such a disaster. Where am I going to build it? I'm going to build it there, so I won't be moving that one. So I'm going to move these 3 to the right. I tell you, moving stuff. It's deeply inconvenient. Okay. So there, at long last, is our sweep mop. Is at long last is our toilet situation sorted out. Took a while. What we got there? Just kind of the mantra for this whole game. Don't need you at all anymore. Don't need any of you for now. And yeah, I might build stuff back here later. Which would mean deconstructing this is arguably silly. But to be honest, you never know when you're going to need materials, and you never know when that's just going to be in the way. And I want to be real careful there, because you don't... Well, I don't need the bridge anymore, actually. I'm just going to leave the bridge there. Is that all flowing okay? That is not all flowing okay. Because that pipe can't be built. Are we backed up yet? Yes, they're all about to shut down. See, these are the kind of screws you want to avoid. Because if those toilets shut down, we're going to be up triangles in poop and pee. And we're golden. There we go. Toilets are working again. So, the mistake would be to deconstruct those pipes. And that would be a mistake because that water would then just flood. So you want to empty the pipes. So I disconnected them from the water, which means that when the pipe gets empty, they will refill. But now when they get emptied, we're just going to end up with a bottle of water. Like so. And now we can deconstruct these pipes. And then we can put a really nice, I want a gold statue in here, because who doesn't want a golden statue in their toilet? Excuse me. I need 400 gold. Alright. Can we do 400 gold? We cannot do 400 gold. I don't want to waste copper on it. Folks, you're just going to have to settle for a marble statue. That's got to be it, I'm afraid. Coal. 3-ton coal, yes please. Yeah, granite is what also counts as marble in this silly game world. You get a range of 8 tons, don't you? Yeah, you do. So that'll cover the whole... not you. You. That'll cover the whole range. Well, when it's built. You can obviously can't check it right now. That switch drives up the wall. Okay. Research. We need to get research done. So we need to figure out this wiring situation. Because the wiring situation is a mess. because we need to add over 1,000 watts. Now we can happily. Why does it keep flashing orange? I think it's just uses. We can happily add the materials machine into the main system here. That's fine. We cannot add these two rad ball generators in. What's a decor? Decor's -4.5. You know what? Normally I try to avoid making wires visible because it upsets the tubes. But in this case, we're just going to do it because that light's in a really awkward place. Because Brian, what's the because? So I'm thinking I want to bring a wire down from here, but then where does it come from? I can't run it through that floor. I'm gonna have to run it across the floor, and that's fine. But then where does it come from? Now by putting this here, I can delete all of this, which is fine, but doesn't actually do much for me. Oh no, it does. Because I can build a generator and I can run the wire up and across. That's the plan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we just gotta get this heavy wire. I'm gonna switch back to copper because we're running low on the other stuff. Gonna run you all the way across here. Remove all of that. You know what? Let's wait until that wire is deconstructed before they do something silly like reconnect the things for me. Ah, never mind. There we go. That does not seem like enough. Backup power. Two jumbo batteries really doesn't feel like it's doing the job. But here we are. And now we want bridge here. Hook you back in. Why are you at 1550? What's jamming you up? You're 240. Right, yeah, we got that thing as well. Oh, except that you're basically done. See, there's still plenty of stuff there to be picked up. We're just taking forever. Okay. You have no red bolts, right? Yeah. Oh, now you're straight up red. Because I've got both of you plugged in at the same time. And at this point, there's nothing to really do except wait. What are you set for? Oh, you should not be set for 1. Oh, we try to set these for about 2%. Because, for example, these rad bolt generators, if they... So as radiation is produced, they will start to generate rad bolts up to a certain threshold, right? And you'll see it here, right? So I've set them for the minimum. Once you get 50 rad bolts, they fire it off. So as they are in the presence of radiation, this little meter will fill up as they generate more and more rad bolts. If they lose power, that depletes really fast. So you don't ever want your rad bolt generating source with a battery to go to 0. In fact, just to be safe, let me set that to 5. Because then your red bolts all go away and you will be sad, basically. Is the short version of that. Sander, look at all this crap that's just down there. These just like random crap. We got a whole bunch of polluted water. That's why you're full all the goddamn time. Always check your sweepies. Double check what they've picked up. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put a mesh tile here. Bottle empties. All right, here we are. So now we have somewhere for our polluted water to get emptied to. It was silly to forget about these. It also does mean that this reservoir, this teeny tiny reservoir I have, is going to get filled up really fast. much faster than I wanted to. And this is also not a hospitable area for dupes. There's some of the water to clean, and you have nowhere to put a bismite either. Okay. You are gonna be a bismite only. And you beside you as well, just because. A bismite's completely useless. I don't believe, I may be wrong, but I don't believe there's any use for bismite in the game. That's nice. Constructing is his favorite thing, and he gets +3 construction. That's a really good combo. So yeah, let's grab that little dupe. And our next little cosmetic thing. Just to make it. That's new. A tribute to Heritage Friends, yeah. Who once, and only once, tried to catch it with their hands. Okay, let's stop screwing around with that. What I wanted was skills. Let's get you the better hat. You... Sure. Mechatronics. We got a number of mechatronics folks here, so that makes me happy. Don't care about blaster shot maker usage because we're not even near the surface. So let's make you slightly better at tinkering. Okay, we almost have the power cable built. Which means we need to get the rest of the power cable built. So now this power cable is going to go up here and up and up and over. Why did I even get rid of that? There was of no benefit to doing that whatsoever. Ay, ay, ay. And down to here, and now we're going to have a bridge. Honestly, I don't know what I'm thinking half the time. No hypothesizer. What's the decor of that? It's +30. Nice. And decor, it's ugly as fuck over here. Still positive. Not very positive, but still kind of positive. I'm gonna risk it. We're gonna burn through some wires probably, but I mean, we do have a lot of copper up here, so let's go get it. Just give me something to do. Do I have any night owls? I do have a night owl in the wrong schedule. Alright. That's done, that's done. Yeah, is it cold somewhere? Not really. I thought that was that not a cold emoji? Maybe I misread it. Yeah, we got a fair bit of polluted oxygen in here as well. We've 2 tons of polluted water. Let's get that out of here. So, these insects here, terrifying, but they're fine. They're absolutely docile. They're not hostile at all. Not even a little. There are very few insects that are hostile. Oh my god. The only ones I've come across that are hostile are the bees. The radioactive bees. Oh, that was fast. I don't think I'm going to trap someone in there, but let's find out. Good job. Okay, now we have radmol production. So we can see our little meter come up here. So these guys are producing 38 rad balls per day, and this one is 31 per day. Notice how that's a huge drop off, just going, like it's losing 7 per day in that 1 square drop off. Going from 381 rads to 31 rads. So it's basically every 10 rads, right? So, you know, the radiation up above for uranium is 100 rads. So that's like a quarter of the production of this guy. If you were to put like a block of uranium here, which you wouldn't do, but you know. So this is massively efficient. This is the way to go. Uh-oh. And this needs to point down, or we're just going to be blasting our pods into the ceiling and creating a pool of nuclear waste. Now, a pool of nuclear waste, on the other hand, is very radioactive, and the more you have, the more radioactive it is. So you could conceivably, if you wanted to do a complicated setup, you could send these rad balls into like a pool area, just like I've got here, where they blast off and they just shoot down to the bottom. So you start to accumulate nuclear waste. And once you've got like a couple of squares of nuclear waste, you can then put the rad ball generators on top of that to generate rad balls, right? Because your radiation exposure from that's going to be huge. Okay, what's going on here? Oh, that's a sleepy emoji, not a cold emoji. Okay. The danger of that is your dupe's getting anywhere near the nuclear waste. And just getting fragged. Colony achievement. Oh, cycle 100. Don't care. What's our deal here? How unhappy are we? We're crowded and we are crammed. So happiness is down. Oh, that's fine. What's our happiness at? 3. Quit over time. Oh, you still have 100%. I guess because you've been groomed? Yeah. Like, as long as we keep them groomed, then I guess I'm not going to worry. I wish you could set an area to be maximum sweep. Like, always sweep, always priority 9. I mean that's kind of how a sweepy bot works. But sweepy bot only does 1 floor. And a sweepy bot's kind of ugly. Kind of funny, you can put stuff on the sweepy's head. Like so. I say like so, but it may take a while. So I want to double check, will the mushroom decay if it's on, if he's wearing it as a hat? I mean, it should. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it does. That's hilarious. Why would you do that? Like, what is... Like, we get... That gives them some decor, sure. I mean, there are other things you could carry around, right? Things that actually have a decor value. That would be a better idea. Because he counts as a pedestal. Like, I think he doubles the decor value of whatever he's carrying. So doing that is just ridiculous. Boop boop. Okay, mallow seeds are useless. They do nothing for you. A snazzy suit is a great idea. Because it makes someone look snazzy. Which means they now have plus 30 decor as opposed to -5. So it's a 35-point boost in decor. It doesn't matter a lot, but you know, it helps. Skills. Anything else with happiness on it? No. So we're going to do that again for another ridiculous carry capacity. Oh, you're doing all with skills to send, okay. Alright, we are working through that. So, let's get rid of all of you. Let's get rid of all of you. And there's a third step, fourth step, which is fine. And now we can get rid of all of you and you. And he should be able to reach the ground. And climb back out. I guess I'll find out in a second, eh? Oh, lead? That is lead. Yeah, I know. You won't be overloaded much longer. Yay, we're getting some research done. So this is now our bottleneck, right? So these two are never going to be our bottleneck because all research that's done here is super fast. The bottleneck here is the generation of rad bolts. These will shoot past each other, so you could have another one horizontally here, right? And another one horizontally here, all firing up, and then another one here with its. If I didn't have that light there, with its. If I didn't have that light there, with its panel, shall we say, here, firing across. You could have 4, and that would need. Conductive wire to set that all up. You could do that, and that would, you'd be generating a whole bunch of rad bolts, and that would keep this pretty much going. But you'd probably, in that case, be generating them faster than you need them. So it's a balancing act. How are you doing? I think once it gets to. So we're going to slow this sucker down so we can see this happen. There it is. Right, that little blast. That will fuck up your dupes in a major way. So you don't want them to be hit by that ever. Especially if, like me, you haven't bothered to build a med bay. What even are we researching right now? Oh, right, something that's kind of completely useless. Yay! We're going to finish that one, and then what's next on our agenda? I think most of the stuff that's available is kind of useless. It's all kind of space travel stuff. Oh, but I do want window tiles. Oh, and I really want the marble block. The reason I want the marble block is because it's a huge decor boost / morale boost. I think it's more than the metal block. Slime loam. Alright. So let's go take a look at this slime loam, right? So I was saying this is a non-issue, right? So they lose an additional 1% breath per second. Their athletics is 3, which means they move slightly slower. So if we look at athletics, I think every 1 point athletics gives you an additional 5% run speed. That gives you a 10% run speed. Okay, so they lose 30% run speed. And they cough. Coughing is more of an issue. Coughing means they have to stop where they are and they cough. And I believe they're contagious when they cough. So this is what I mean. So in beta, it was terminal. In this, it's a minor hit to efficiency. And if I was really concerned, I could just start producing. Oh, that's a 2-point jump, right? Yeah, you screwed that up. I could really just start making curative tablets, right? And then whenever they get slime mold, they just ingest the tablet. Curative tablets don't get rid of slime mold, actually. I think. I gotta go double check. I'm probably wrong about them curing slime log. I think the thing they need for slime log is actually quite expensive. Anywho, which makes curative tablets even less useful. Okay, this is almost full, which means we need to expand it. I'm going to expand it like so. I believe in my bottle emptiers. Bottling emptiers are life. Oh, I'm at an hour and 20 minutes. Okay. Well, I'm going to wrap this one up here. There is... The next video I would normally post will be on Friday. So I think I'm definitely going to do one more in this series, in this Panopticon series, on Friday. And I will spend Thursday/Friday figuring out what I'm going to do with regards to new DLC. Yeah, sounds good. Let me spend these skill points. Let's have another rancher in there. That's why I keep calling them ranches, because ranchers work in ranchers. Ranchers don't work in stables. Stable hands work in stables. So that kind of mixing of names and titles, terms, is confusing to me. Alright, so I'm going to wrap up there. Liking and subscribing would help me out, and if you subscribe and click on the old bell, you'll also be notified when I start that other series and when these videos go up online. Yeah, anywho, that is it for today. Toodles.